Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome along to another video of RWA Productions of your daily content from my host, Bradley Young. Good afternoon to everyone who's watching this afternoon, and a few things happening lately in obviously the Sunderland news. You're seeing that Tony Mowbray, Huggins 09, and obviously a new Ukraine striker is linked with the club. So we're going to go and talk about Tony Mowbray first. I haven't put Tony Mowbray in the little comment on the top of the Sunderland FC football chat because I couldn't fit it all in. But we're going to talk about the main man now, Tony Mowbray. So, says the club, right, has a couple of things in the pipeline. Same things are in the pipeline as good. Mowbray said, following the weekend's friendly wins against South Shields and Gateshead, I'm aware of a few situations we're trying to push on. So I'm not that clearly closely involved in it. I'm just hoping the players pull through, and if we do sign the players we're looking for a recruit, I'll be happy because they look like good footballers. So that is very, very good from Tony Mowbray, what he said there, because basically what we need to do is obviously Christian Speakman needs to look at the recruitment team, obviously what they need to do and stuff, and obviously KLD gets involved in all this as well with it. So that's going to be interesting what they do as well. So that's from Tony Mowbray, of all people. So now we're going to talk about Huggins 09 and obviously the new Ukrainian striker what's linked with the club. So we're going to talk about that. So I'm going to get obviously my little thing up, my PowerPoint, what I've done this morning. So I'm going to get this up. I'm going to obviously, where's the view part? So I'm going to view this. So we're going to talk about this man here, Niall Huggins. We're going to talk about him first. Niall Huggins, obviously, he was out with an injury last season for a very, very long time. Obviously, he's just come back to fitness now. Obviously, he started the weekend against South Shields and he started the game against Gateshead, not South Shields. So he started Gateshead against South Gateshead, and they won 4-3 overall. So 3-2, overall that game was. I'm thinking of the South Shields game. Sorry, guys. So they won 3-2 overall. Niall Huggins did actually score on that day as well against Gateshead on Saturday. So that's very interesting that he did score against Gateshead, to be honest, just come back from his injury. So Niall Huggins was born on the 18th of December 2000. He's 22 years of age, born in York, and he's 1.73 metres tall. So that's interesting. So during the 2020-21 season, he had an appearance at Leeds United, scoring no goals. But at Sunderland, he only had 3 appearances in 2021. This was due to being injured quite a lot. He had a couple of injuries. He had like a thigh injury, and I think he had quite a bad injury on his leg or something like that, I heard. But even though Huggins' style of play, he plays as a forward for Leeds United under 18 side, but he's transformed into a left back for the under 23 side. So he plays as a forward for Leeds as well. Although he did play in the Championship, he had one game in the Championship, 22-23 season, and I think that was against Luton Town. I think it was in the first leg of the semi-finals. Comment me wrong if I get that wrong. But he played against Luton Town in the first leg of the semi-finals in the playoffs. So now Huggins obviously will get back to fitness this season. I think he's going to. I think Tony Mowbray actually says I think he's going to put him in his starting 11 if he actually works well in pre-season, which I think he will work really, really well in pre-season. Obviously, the lads are going to the USA for a tour of obviously pre-season. So obviously they'll be playing North Carolina, New Mexico United, and they'll be playing obviously San Antonio as well. So Chris Rigg, we're going to talk about next before we move on to the goal 9. I'm going to picture him here because I couldn't get it on. So Chris Rigg, age 16, will be joining Sunderland's pre-season tour of America after scoring against South Shields. Interesting. Only left school last month, has already made 3 appearances for the first team in the FA Cup, signed a 2-year scholarship at Sunderland recently, according to journalist James Cotley. Yes, James Cotley is our journalist, and he journalists our club, and also a journalist, or obviously all Sunderland information. So that's about Chris Rigg, a little bit about Chris Rigg. So next we're going to move on to this fella here, Luke O'Nien. Obviously, Luke O'Nien is a really, really good physical defender. He can literally play anywhere, Luke O'Nien. He can play as a striker, he can play as a midfielder. He's played at left back before, he's played at right back before for Sunderland. The only place I haven't seen him play, I think, was in goal. He hasn't been in goal. He's played actually on the right wing as well a few times, covering the likes of I think it was I can't remember his name. What's his face? Lewis Morgan. When Lewis Morgan used to play for us, Lewis Morgan had a bad injury. I think in the 2020-21 season he used to cover at right wing for him. So he played on the wing as well for Luke O'Nien. So the reason why I'm bringing this fella into it for, because he says while the playoff defeat is still fueling Luke O'Nien in his position at Sunderland this season. So Luke O'Nien has said he is ready to use the disappointment of last season's playoff exit to try and drive Sunderland to new heights this season. The 28-year-old was back in action on Saturday as Sunderland beat South Shields 4-3 in their first pre-season friendly and will head in with the squad on the US tour next week. O'Nien's finish last season is a key part of Tony Mowbray's side in central defence, and after a summer away, he is eager to get back to work and build on what was a hugely promising first full campaign at second-tier level. I've been looking after my family with my little newborn, so the Luton game just feel a long time ago, says Luke O'Nien. It's still there, and I think it's still kind of defeat really fuels you for the season. With the season getting so close now, you get that feeling we're not far off. I think that we can only serve you going into the season. It feels like a long time ago, and there's still a bit of pain, but that will drive us this season. The results don't matter, but we're all professionals and you want to get to put in a good performance, Jared. I set up for the first goal at South Shields like any other game, whether it's the first league game of the season, an FA Cup game, a pre-season game. You're disappointed when something like that happens. You'll still go home and think about it. Everyone in there puts in a good performances from day one, but it's also getting to know each other as a team. You want to win, but whether you want to win or lose, we know there's a lot of work we need to pull over in the next few weeks. It's all good. O'Nien started last season in midfield, but ended the campaign firmly established in central defence, where he continued on Saturday and where he is expected to continue this season. The 28-year-old is ready to embrace the added competition in that position and step in elsewhere if needed. O'Nien joked, "Do you want me? Do you call me a centre half now? You can call me whatever you want. Listen, I know what my job is and I know what I've got to do. If the gaffer wants me or needs me in that other positions, then I'll play there. I think I've made that clear over the last 5 or 6 years. But yeah, for the minute, I think I'm a centre half. There's competition at centre half, but there's a competition everywhere ever since I've been at the club. And I think that's healthy and good to have. It drives you forward. Competition has always driven me forward, so I'm looking forward for the new boys coming in, like the likes of Triantis and the likes of Jensen Sleet. If we're keeping each other out of them, that's good because it's competitive and it means that we're doing really well. As long as the club is going forward and we're winning, I don't care who is wearing that shirt. It's about the club moving in the right direction, and that's exactly what Luke O'Nien has said. And obviously, he was on obviously on the media after the South Shields game. He was talking about how he actually was talking about how South Shields played as well. He actually gave them a few comments as well how South Shields played, and obviously giving them credit to the players and stuff. So Luke O'Nien, for me, I think he's just a nice, talented young lad. Myself, he's a nice young lad. Met him a few times. So yeah. So now Sunderland are apparently interested in signing a Ukrainian striker. And I think, I can't pronounce it, but it's somewhere on here. 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds, I'll have a look for you. Ukraine striker. So, where is it, man? So, this fella here, but I'm trying to get his name. I don't know his name. I can't remember his name. So, hold on for a second, guys, till I find it. But there's something what came up in the media last night about this lad. So I'm going to find it. 2 seconds. Sunderland FC. Let's have a look. This is it. Sunderland the monitoring, right? This is the player who we're trying to get, this player here on the screen. So Sunderland the monitoring, highly rated European winner in quest for Diallo replacement. So Sunderland the monitoring, Ukrainian forward Nazari Rusian, as we are looking forward to a depth to their attacking line, as per Ukrainian outlet Tattoo Take via Roga Report. So, a bit of information about Rusian. So Rusian, age 24, has scored 13 and assisted an extra 5 in 30 league performances last time out. The versatile attacker can play on either flank or through the midfield if needed. His goals helped his side Zuria Lustak to finish third place in the Ukraine top tier, substantially qualifying them for Europe next season. The 24-year-old has an impressed record in Ukraine's youth sides with 7 goals and 11 outings, and his senior international debut doesn't look too far away. Rusian has hold 2 years left on his current deal, but the latest reports he may be on the move with Championship side Sunderland holding interest. So, fitting the model. So, Sunderland are known nowadays for signing young, somewhat known players who usually end up performing impressively on their side. Christian Speakman and Stuart Harvey have worked very hard in changing the club's recruitment process around, and the addition of Rusian would be a highly welcome signing. The Black Cats do have some good quality in this area, including Jack Clark, Patrick Roberts, Jewison Bennett, and Isaac Lahaji, all likely to play a part this season. However, Rusian is a proven goal scorer from the wing, and this addition may be the one that fills in the void of a certain Amad Diallo. Tory Mowbray's side have high expectations on their shoulders, and there is no pressure on their young squad heading into the 23-24 season. Their summer business so far has been positive, but there's still work to be done, and thankfully for the support, as it doesn't sound as if they're slowing down anytime soon. Sunderland are beginning their campaign next month against Ipswich at home. Yes, so we'll play Ipswich on the 6th of August, obviously, at home. So, guys, what do you think about that comment I've just said about Huggins 09 and obviously the Ukrainian striker linked? Obviously, Tony Mowbray, Chris Rigg talked about him as well. So put down in the comment section, guys, what you think. If you're liking my content so far, please like this video. Please subscribe to this Sunderland channel. Obviously, the Sunderland channel has only got 330 subscribers, but obviously this channel is going to grow and grow and grow until it reaches a K at the end of the day. So if you're liking the channel, please subscribe. Please like this video. Thank you very much indeed. Take care. Look, God goes with you, and goodbye for now. Thank you.